I was supposed to go on tour with Kanye, and the tour was booked and everything. And I was in the hotel room, he was in the next room over. I'm jumping up and down, tears in my eyes, and then I have to like maybe 5 minutes later go over and tell Kanye I can't do this tour.
I was gonna say, how'd that go? Welcome back to another edition of Scene Stealers. I am your host, John Feitelberg. Here we watch our favorite scenes with our favorite actors. Today, we are so lucky to have the star of Silo, Season 3. It is out now. Common, Mr. Robert Sims, sitting here with us. Yes. How you doing today?
I'm great, brother. It's great to see you.
Great to see you as well. Man, I'm so excited to talk to you. I'm a huge fan of Silo. It's amazing, the whole show, front to back. But I want to talk to you about what brought you to the role, because Robert Sims, from my understanding, seems to be a very different man than Common. So what did you read and you were like, I gotta play this?
Well, listen, I first got introduced to the script. I just did an audition for something and I didn't get the role. So I was like in a tough space, when you audition and don't get a role, it's like you have to overcome the rejection. Mm-hmm. So I was in a tough place, but I've through my faith and my belief in God and the purpose that I have, I've learned to take those rejections and know I have purpose and know that the right ones for me are going to be there. Well, the next day, the right one came. Like, I got a call from my agents at the time, and they said, man, it's a project, it's a role for you. I think it's great. We want you to read it. Apple is doing it, and next thing I know, I started reading, and I was like, man, this is really good writing. The writing was incredible. Now, as you said, John, the character, it was something about him I loved because he wasn't me. Mm-hmm. Like Robert Sims is a person that is fighting for the powers that be, like is part of the government.
He's a fucking director of ICE.
Basically,
particularly the first season,
and that is the opposite of who I am.
Correct, yeah.
My whole life has been to break down oppressors, and go against the oppression and create freedom for human beings and for our people. Anyway, going into this character, I was like, man, this project is too good for me to not want to do. And I was just so excited as I kept reading the scripts. And I realized that, man, I learned early on, because I turned down a role at one point that was like not me. And I was like, it was more of a real life character that I was like, I don't want to play this character. I didn't like him in real life. But I learned from that lesson, because he was a good character eventually, to not judge the people you play and try to meet them from a human being perspective and see. And it gave me a lot of understanding, not to the ignorance of people that are like oppressing people and killing people for government reasons, but it made me understand that there are human beings that believe they're doing right for the whole. Mm-hmm. And that's where I met Robert Sims. That's where Robert Sims, the core of who he is like, he believes he's doing right to save the people of the silo.
I read a quote from you where you were talking about music, and you kind of seem to believe that music is a responsibility that you have to the next generation.
Yeah.
Do you feel that way about all art?
Yes.
And how does that affect how you approach it?
Man, that's such a great question, and thank you for asking that, because, initially when I found music, it was like the thing that really allowed me to connect with human beings in a certain way and find things out about myself. And also, deliver what I'm supposed to do on this earth in purpose, like bringing some love, bringing some light and inspiration and bringing, God's joy to people. Like that's what I believe one of the things that I'm supposed to do on this planet. When I started acting, I knew what it was given to me, but then one of my acting teachers, Sandra Seacat, God bless her soul, she told me, she said, Rashid, my name is Rashid, she said, you can heal people through acting. You know that? Through story. Like, if you get to the truth of these characters you're playing, you can heal people. People will watch it, watch what you're doing, and may not even know why they feel something, but they will feel something. And that feeling can allow them to tap into who they are and some of the wounds they may have, the things they see within themselves. And it wasn't all just explainable what she said, but it was just, I understood it. And I really have been intentional about my acting being a tool to bring joy to people, to bring inspiration, to bring light, to bring healing. So and I do it mostly by trying to bring the humanity out of every character that I play, you know, and who can't relate to human beings. Even you could be from Wyoming, I'm from the south side of Chicago. You could be this political and I'm be this political, but humanity still has a commonality to it and a unity to it that we can come together on no matter what color you are, even with our prejudices. So I think acting and storytelling has that, and it has become that for me.
I completely agree. Like watching stories unfold on screen and learning about yourself. Where I do have thoughts like that, or I do have actions like that sometimes, and learning how to figure it out best and not make the same mistakes that character made, or make the same right choices that character made. I think it informs all of our lives and is so helpful.
It's understanding. Look, I'll say this, you know, I know you're about to ask something, but I'll say that understanding, like the more we understand like each other and ourselves, like the more compassion we have for each other. And the more like, we could even be like, oh, I don't agree with you, but you know what? I understand you.
I have empathy for your situation.
Yeah, exactly, so.
Now, how about this? Is there something that Robert Sims has taught Rashid? Anything you've learned from him?
Yes, I believe Robert Sims has taught me that everyone that is that is like always working to try to save people within the government, they're not all bad.
No. That's a good lesson to learn. That's because I think like that all the time. I'm like, if you have power, you're a fucking asshole. Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Some people are trying to do right.
Yeah, some people are trying to do right, and also Robert is learning. Like Robert is growing. He thought he knew something. He was, you know, an enforcer and was really in power. So he's also taught me that, you know, people can evolve and change. Like, I mean, I'm just gonna be real. Like, I was at the Obama Center opening, right? You know. Like, I'm just gonna say this shit. Like, I've said a lot of things about George Bush, you know, that because I just don't like support what he has done, like and did as a president. And I was saying what I needed to say in music because that was my way of getting it out. And you know, one of the real reasons I initially started voting was to vote against him, right? But as I saw him like supporting the Obamas and being there and like Michelle Obama giving him like respect, you know, who I ultimately hold in a high place, Michelle Obama, it was like, man, this person may have evolved, or this person may have something more than I even knew. So it made me at least see him in a different way.
Isn't that the
doesn't
worst?
mean he was all, huh?
Isn't that the worst?
Right.
Someone you don't like, are you actually a person?
Yeah, exactly. So that's what Sims did for me, like, made me say, hey, some people they are people.
Yeah.
Like, and I still may not agree with those things, and I'm not like a supporter like go Bush, but it just was like, this is a person.
That takes a big man to be able to do that and say, all right, there is a human being here to see a different level. That's a great lesson to learn from Robert Sims. You mentioned the Obama, the library that was opening. I was gonna ask you a question about, you performed at the BET Love and Happiness night, the end of the Obama administration. Have you heard Chappelle's bit about that night?
No.
So Chappelle has a bit about that night.
What did he say?
So he's like, it's a beautiful night. You know, I think he said Black Excellence, yourself, Usher, Mary J. Blige, Roots,
De La
Soul, and Bradley Cooper. Chappelle tells it that Bradley Cooper stuck out like a sore thumb. Was it that clear? Were you like, what the fuck is Bradley Cooper doing here? Was it?
Yo, you know, that made me just love Bradley Cooper more, to be honest. I was like, man, you're the one white cat here, like that just showed up. And man, he was present, man. He wasn't like faking or trying to be nothing. He was invited and he showed up and he fit in.
No shit. How'd he get in there?
Man, people knew that he was a good guy, man. Like, he actually said something to me that day that I was like, damn, Bradley, you really in tune. He was like, he had talked to me about the Oscars, the performance that John Legend and I had for Glory and Selma. And he was like, man, you seemed so present when you performed that time. And that was the first person that ever said something like that to me. And I was like, man, that was really observant and insightful for you, because I did everything I could do, like, to be present. Like lighting up my Palo Santo, like saying my prayers, like making sure I had everything, the foods I like, and so that I could just be present. And he said that to me, and I was like, damn, Bradley, you're a bad man. You're a bad man. You observant. I like that.
Does getting a compliment from a performer like that obviously means more?
It definitely means something. It means a lot. You know, because I love when fans or people like everyday people come up and say, man, I'm watching Silo, or man, your character in this, or man, we love you in this. That means a lot.
Yeah.
And when my friends who are hard on me, like, my friends have seen me in certain movies and be like, man, nah, that's terrible.
Like so,
what? Well, they think my performance in Just Right, the movie I did with Queen Latifah,
yeah.
One of my good friends calls it Just Wrong.
Dude, we got a lot of big fans of Just Right in here.
I love that. I appreciate that. But he's talking about my performance, not about Queen Latifah or the movie. He's talking specifically about me. And I do think, you know, when I know I could have been better, blah, blah, blah. But you know, that's part of growth and evolving. But I'll say when actors, like point blank, like Tim Robbins just recently, you know, and that's one of the greatest actors of all time to me, and one of the great actors of a generation. I mean, that man got classics, Shawshank, Mystic River, The Player. Like, you know, this dude is...
I hadn't seen him in a while until Silo came around. He's doing insane work. In fact, we got the episode, where I think we're gonna skip it now, but you guys in season 2, episode 7.
Oh yeah.
Unbelievable. In your office, when you've become judge, unbelievable. Both of you are going fucking crazy.
I was looking forward to that scene because it was like, that was some of the evolution for me as Robert Sims, meaning getting more to do as an actor.
Right.
And it was like, man, I'm gonna have this is a battle with Tim Robbins, that, you know, like these characters. And it's like, for me, I would have never known, like when I was watching Shawshank Redemption in my basement, watching it on Blockbuster videos, that I would be in a scene with Tim Robbins and like going.
I was gonna say, not just any scene, you guys are like exchanging power here.
Yeah.
There's so much at stake. Before we move on, one more thing. You mentioned, or Bradley Cooper mentioned, the Oscar performance to you. You're an ego man.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
You got the Emmy, you got the Grammy, you got the Oscar. You're gonna get a Tony, obviously, right? Like, you're gonna become one of, I think there are 26 people who have currently done it. You'll be one. How much of that, like, are you eager to go get it now? Or are you like, I'll go get it in 20 years? Like, I want an EGOT. I don't have any of the 4 pieces. You were 3/4 of the way there. Like, it's gotta, do you feel it?
Oh man, I would love to achieve that.
Yeah.
That would be like, that's something that would be like, man, I went through life, this kid from the south side of Chicago that came up rapping, became an EGOT. Like, and it would be with work that I really care for. Like, you know, meaning the things that I've won an Oscar for, like, man, it was like God was saying, hey man, well done. Like, you doing the work. And it was purposeful. It was bigger than us. So the Oscar was like just, it was more about the journey and everything we were able to talk about. And at the time, it was a lot going on with like black people being shot down by police. And not that that's like still gone, but it was, you know, it was like in the forefront. Michael Brown and Philando Castile and Sandra Bland, all these names that human beings that were taken away, we were speaking for something. The music meant something. So to get an award for it was amazing and to be celebrated. But to be honest, it was like, to be able to speak up meant a whole lot. A Tony, it has to come from something that I'm just passionate about, doing the work. And I love theater. I love theater. I go see theater a lot. I grew up going to see theater throughout my time, just starting as a hip hop artist. I was seeing theater in Chicago, Steppenwolf and all those. So when I was in London filming Silo, going to the theater. I got to participate in my first play called Between Riverside and Crazy on Broadway, and it was an amazing experience. I can't wait to get back. So the answer to your question, I took a long path, is when the right project comes, I am looking forward to doing some more theater work.
Hell yeah. Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's gonna be so cool.
Yeah.
You're gonna be a fucking EGOT.
Great, bro. Yeah, let's go. I love the way you're speaking in the distance. That's true.
Paz, what we got next, brother?
I'm gonna do a scene from John Wick.
Let's go.
Yes.
Now, when you're just running around the streets of Rome fighting Keanu Reeves, are you like, this is the best job in the world?
Yeah, it was, and man. I have to admit, like, that was one of the most fun shoots I ever had. It was, you know, it's a lot of work, but I love the work, you know. And Chad, when I first got on the call with him to potentially be a part of it, he was like, you know, you got to work hard. And that first day, I was like, bro, I love working hard. When it's something I love to do, and from my first day of training, it started from the basics, just doing ladder work, you know, like things you would do in the gym, to them figuring out what's my best way of throwing a punch, and like them looking at how my punches go. And obviously they corrected a lot of things, took me through the school of Chad and 87-11, like that, what they do. And it was like the greatest training I've ever had for doing any type of action or fighting. And then Keanu is the apex, because he works harder than anybody that I know when it comes to that. And he's just good energy. And when I was going toe to toe with him, I'm like, I'm gonna destroy you. You know, I looked at that scene right there. I'm like, man, I should have threw that blow quicker. You know, like certain things.
You still think you got him?
Yeah.
Dude, the Keanu, I've heard so many Keanu stories, but one that comes to mind is him on the set of John Wick 3, I believe, where they have that huge stair fight scene.
Yeah.
And it was Grips who were talking about seeing Keanu carrying like bags of sand up. And they were like, he's the actor, and he's still helping here like this. Did anything like that like jump out to you on set, the way Keanu operates on set?
Well, I mean, for me, it was more like seeing his work ethic, and like his knee was bothering him a lot, but he was still like through rehearsals giving it everything, 110%. And you know, I was just like, this dude is that guy. He would ride his motorcycle to rehearsal. And just, and, you know, like just, and he treated everybody well. He just is a good dude. Yeah.
Now, did I read correctly, you pitched yourself for this script, for this role? You watched John Wick 1 and you reached out for this?
Well, no, I mean, I believe my agent brought it to me.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
But I watched John Wick and was like, yo, I gotta be a part of this. Like, yo, this is dope. And it was such a fun story, and you wouldn't think that, okay, this story about this dude getting revenge for his dog, like, would be interesting.
No.
But it was incredible.
Like, I don't think anyone saw John Wick coming. John Wick 1. No one saw it coming, and it just exploded. And now it's this crazy universe with ballerina and shows.
It's like, it's a universe, man. And I'm like, I must say, I have pitched myself to come back to another John Wick, because I'm like, my character didn't die.
I was gonna ask you that, dude. Are you dead or not?
No, he didn't die. So I'm like, the pitch that I have had is like, hey man, Cassian is still alive. Like, he should be back.
He's still sitting on that subway, dude, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Paz, what we got next?
American Gangster.
Yeah.
That boy right there, he got an arm on him. I mean, a major league arm.
Oh, yeah?
Ain't that right? Right on, Pop.
But we'll see you after dinner. Let's see him throw it around a little bit.
No. You can't catch him, man. I'm talking about this guy throw harder than Gibson. We talking 95 miles an hour.
Can you catch him?
He go catch the ground. We might have played catch, I think, when I was about 5 years old. Since then, he ain't been able to keep up. Yeah, let him talk.
Now, this is American Gangster, 2007, directed by Ridley Scott. Unbelievable scene with yourself, Denzel Washington, Chiwetel Ejiofor, T.I.
Yeah.
What was it like working on this movie, I guess, for starters?
I think it was, for me, that was like my college for acting.
Dude.
It was probably my second film to be on set with Denzel Washington and Ruby Dee, who is a classic actress, God bless her soul. and to be working with Ridley Scott and Chiwetel Ejiofor, and then like even though I didn't get to work with Russell Crowe and that crew was, it was bona fide like supreme actors.
Yeah.
Like that I was working with, and Denzel was like my college professor because it was like the way he behaved and what he did showed me a lot about what it is to be an actor and to be a leading man and, you know, to be a leader when it comes to like being on set. And I just appreciated that and just watching his greatness, even seeing that scene, because I didn't have a lot of lines in the film. In fact, just to give you a like quick backstory, was I auditioned for this one role, and they liked me, but they said they wanted Idris Elba, so they was like, we want to see you for another role. So then I tried out for that role, but in that role was Denzel's cousin who was bringing the drugs in, the heroin in from you know, from Vietnam or Thailand. They said I was too young for that role. So I was in between not being a part of the film. I went back and made another tape for the casting director. Shout out to A.V. Kaufman, and God bless her, because she saw that my passion was there and was like, you know what, we're gonna make you one of the brothers.
Dude.
And I, you know, though I'm not that much older than T.I., really, I played his father in that. I'll take it, you know. Yeah.
It's so funny you call it like your college and Denzel your professor, because I was watching the movie the other day, and so much of the movie is really about learning to follow the footsteps of the greats who came before you.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lot of Frank Lucas learning about Bumpy Williams.
Yeah.
Is there a lesson that you took from Denzel that you still use today?
I think it's the lesson of being present and being natural. I remember something clear he said. He said, hey, the writer wrote some really good stuff, but you know how to say this. So say it in the way that you would say it. You're a black man, you playing a black man, you know how to say this. And it just kind of freed me up because, you know, you can be like so keen on your lines, and obviously there's certain things in theater, you're not changing your lines, right? But in TV and film, sometimes they give you more flexibility, and it's important that the words sound right coming out of your mouth. They need to, you know, as the character. I don't care if you made me if I had to speak French in a film, it should sound natural. And I think Denzel was like basically teaching me, yo, allow that to, like, you got to go there and let those words just be the way you would say it, like this character would say it, not be stuck on it. So on just the script and the way it's written, and that was helpful for me. And then he was treating us like his brothers the whole time.
Yeah.
So it was like that in character type of thing that he stayed in.
Pals, we got next, brother.
Smokin Aces.
Smokin Aces.
You see, this is one of them rare moments where your ass get a chance to be completely honest. If I'm asking you what you said to Macklin, assume the shit is rhetorical. Assume I already know.
What do you see right now? You see exactly and only what I choose to show you.
Dude, I haven't seen that in a long time. Yeah. That is such a good scene. That movie's so awesome.
Yeah, that movie is, man, it's like, it was a great movie to me, like in a fun way, and it was energetic, and Joe Carnahan just was, man, I'm so grateful I worked with him first, man, like as a director. He brought us all together, brought this, man, the actors he had in there, man, this is before a lot of people had reached the levels, like from Chris Pine to, I mean, Jason Bateman already was who he was, but he's in there, Ben Affleck is in there, like,
dude, I can't believe Affleck's in it.
Ryan
Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds is in there.
Piven.
Joel Edgerton.
Holy shit.
He's in there. Piven.
I forgot Joel Edgerton's in it.
Joel Edgerton, he had a smaller role, I just saw him just the other day, because he's on the show on Apple, Dark Matter, shout out to them. But man, I was like, bro, we did that thing, like we had little roles in it, but that was my first like acting job, man. And
that was your very first?
That was my very first, man.
What made you want to take the jump? What made you want to go? Were you always like, I want to do everything?
You know what, I I always loved acting early on. I was doing theater a little bit, like, well, really more in school, but my mother, at one point I did a play, and my mother, it was a Christmas Carol, it was a play, and my mother, after I did the play, she kept being like, yo, Derek was so good in that play, talking about my friend shit. So she's like, he was amazing, Derek was good. I'm like, well, damn, what about that? So I kind of was like, maybe I ain't that good in this. So I didn't pursue it.
It's crazy how that little thing affects our whole lives, doesn't it?
Thing,
just that one, your mom said your friend was good, and you're like, well, fine, I won't do it anymore.
Yeah, exactly, because there was and it wasn't like the arts was really pushed to me at my school or whatever. That's why I'm really an advocate for making sure young people get introduced to the arts. But that being said, things that just meant for you, you know, you're gonna meet them at some point in your life. So I was like in my early 20s and was like, man, I really wanna act. I love films. I would always watch all these indie films and stuff, and I would go see indie films and go to the play. So I'm like, I wanna do this. And I took my first acting class and I was like, felt like the heavens just opened up.
Yeah.
I felt like I found something that I was supposed to find in my life that was going to be there, and I was going to grow and evolve in, and I wanted to do it. So I just started going to classes and audition. Smokin Aces was the first callback I got on an audition.
Really?
Yeah.
It was that in person back then, right?
Yeah,
So,
it was in person.
Yeah.
It was in person. You know, I didn't get to audition with the director first. I auditioned with the casting director, Kathy Sandridge, and she was amazing. God bless her. She put me in something called Hell on Wheels too. So anyway, that first callback, I was like, oh my God, I got a callback. And I remember flying. I was doing performance. I was flying from China, and I flew to my audition from China.
That's
I landed.
crazy.
Went to that audition. Joe Carnahan was there. I did that scene that we just watched. And man, like maybe 2 weeks later, I got the call that I got the job.
No way.
Yeah.
Flying from China to an audition is nuts.
It was crazy. I literally landed and went to that audition, brother. It was like you gotta be there. This is the time. This is like, and that was my first time seeing storyboards when I was walking into the office for the audition. I'm like, wow, this is crazy. And you know, you just don't know what exists on a movie set prior to and when you get to the set until you are on a movie set.
Right.
You know? Yeah. So it was a beautiful thing. And it was crazy because when I got the call from Joe that I got the job, I was supposed to go on tour with Kanye, and the tour was booked and everything. And I was in the hotel room, he was in the next room over, and I had to go. I'm jumping up and down, tears in my eyes. I got the job. I called my mother and tell her I got the job. I'm in a movie. And then I have to, like, maybe 5 minutes later go over and tell Kanye I can't do this tour.
I was gonna say, how'd that go?
Yeah, I mean, it went good, man. He didn't, like, this one I knew, like, I forever have love for Ye, because he was like, yo, that's your dream, man. Go do it. That's what you gotta do it.
No shit.
He's like, man, but we wanted you on this tour, but that's your dream. You gotta do it. So
he took that well that you were like, I'm gone for a smaller role, and that was fine.
And it took me out of the tour.
Right.
But it showed me that, like, obviously he wanted the best for me. And as much as, you know, like, I had already booked the tour, so it was kind of like not great business on my side, but I understood also I wanted to pursue a career in acting. This was something I wanted to do for my life. So the fact, you know, that your friend could be like, okay, I understand.
He recognized that.
Yeah.
He knew I can't stop you from this. This is your dream.
Yeah, yes, your dream.
Is that the kind of friend he's always been?
Yes.
Yeah.
For sure.
He's lucky to have friends like that.
Yeah, man,
really?
Definitely. I mean, with all the things that I know, you know, people may say and think, and I mean, things that Ye has done, he has been a great friend, you know, and somebody I love and respect, you know. I don't always agree with everything. I don't always agree with everything that my mother says.
I was going to say, like anybody, yeah.
You know? But I will say he's been a great friend.
That's right. It's very lucky to have those.
Yeah.
Paz, we got next?
Last one, No Country for Old Men.
Before we get to this one, we were talking about, the Smokin Aces, the cast of that, how an incredible collection of people. One I wanted to talk about briefly, Fool's Gold. I'm sorry, Fool's Paradise. Fool's Paradise, you play the dagger in that. Written and directed by Charlie Day.
Oh, yeah.
Fool's Paradise, it was a movie that I wouldn't say was super well received. It kind of fell flat a little bit.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed this movie. I'm a huge Charlie Day fan. And I'm just wondering how'd you get onto this project and what was it like working with Charlie in these kind of characters?
Man, I was so excited about doing this project because Charlie is creative.
He's awesome, right? He's the best.
He is very creative and just the script itself. I'm like, this script is dope.
Yeah.
I do wish we would have, executed it at a level where it would have connected, but it didn't. But I appreciate his brilliance, his talent, and I love that we went there. The fact that he was like, I want you to play this homeless guy. Man, it's just the dagger was homeless.
Dude.
He went from the dagger to being homeless. And it's like, man, I like exploration. I like taking chances.
Yeah, this movie's a big swing. I mean, it's half a silent film.
Right.
Charlie Day's character, Latte Pronto, really doesn't have much dialogue. He's kind of doing a Charlie Chaplin impression.
Yeah.
That's a big swing. It worked for me a lot of the time. It didn't work sometimes, but I thought this was a great movie. I think it's really cool that you and many other very talented people decided to do a project that's pretty experimental.
Man, it's experimental, and it's like, I mean, what is art if you don't try things? Everything is not always going to hit the masses, or it may not even just beyond the masses. It may not end up connecting where it just feels right. It may not feel right, but you gotta try. I mean, we wouldn't have had Usual Suspects if they wouldn't have did what they did, or Pulp Fiction if Quentin Tarantino hadn't tried, or we wouldn't have Do the Right Thing if Spike hadn't went to these places.
Right.
So you have to go try things, and you never know. Crouching Tiger and the Hidden Dragon, all these things is like, even Everywhere. What is it? Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yeah.
Like those are movies where it's experiment to that, but that's art. That's great art.
You gotta take risks.
Yeah,
you gotta take risks.
Yeah.
Last one, Pavs. No Country for Old Men. This is Common. You brought this one. This is an all-time classic. Coen brothers almost swept the Oscars, I think, right?
Yeah, they did super great at the Oscars, but rightfully so.
Right, yeah. Javier Bardem, he won this. He won Best Supporting Actor. This is the coin flip scene. Yeah. Let's give it a watch.
Well, I got to close now.
You live in that house out back?
Yes, I do.
You lived here all your life?
This is my wife's father's place originally.
You married into it.
First of all, you fear him, and he's wearing that fucking hairstyle, that wig or whatever it is. This dude is scary, but it's also something funny about him. Like, you and I were laughing at certain things in the scene, and it's like it's something truthful about him. Like where you like, man, you married into it. Like it's like he's bringing out a truth. That's kind of like it's not innocent, but it's a real truth, and it's like making you get to something that's real in you.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
It's almost godlike.
Yeah.
Where he's like telling you how it is.
Telling you the truth, right? Well, you have to deal with the truth. He's the living truth, but it's a dark truth that he is, and it's still human in it. And I'm glad you could compare him to Robert Sims, because I mean, obviously, I would love to be at this level. Is like that's what I'm talking about. Like this level is of what Javier is doing. It's like so much to it. And it's still and it's powerful and it's funny and it's scary. I love it.
It's amazing. It's great. He's doing very great work also on Apple TV. Cape Fear. He's fantastic in that.
Yeah, he's great in
it's great, but it's not as great as Silo. Go watch Silo on Apple TV. It is out now. I think we got 5 episodes left this season. 6 episodes. It is fantastic. Before we let you go, Common, I'm going to ask you one more question. Okay. What was it like performing with the Lorax?
Oh man, that was a lot of fun, man. Just to be like at Comic-Con performing was crazy to me. And Apple just was like, "Yo, we got the Silo set up. It's about to be amazing." And I saw that Lorax in the crowd. She was rocking, and I said, she would be perfect to come up here and do this dance. And she got up there, she was giving it. She was giving it. And she left the stage on her own when she knew it was time. It was
Yeah,
she
yeah.
was done. It was funny though. People hit me like, what the hell? 'Cause they didn't know where I was at the time. Some people were like, what is this? It's the Lorax, bro.
Well, dude, it's an honor to talk to you. Thank you so much for sitting down with us. Go watch Silo. It is out now. Common, thank you very much again, man. Really an honor.
Appreciate you.
Thank
Great
you.
to meet you.